Hello everyone, how are we going? It looks like I'm live. Welcome to Technique Tuesday. Hi, hello Janine, hi Maureen, how are we? Gina is here and she says it's cold where she is. Not cold here. It's a nice warm day today. I've been wearing jeans almost every day for the past month or two, and I'm back in a skirt today. It's too warm for jeans. How about everyone else? How is it where you are? I'm hoping, how did you get in? I have a cat that I wasn't expecting, but I'm going to take him out because I know he's going to interrupt our session because he's looking like he wants to get on the desk. So I'll just bring him over to say hi. I didn't know you were in here. I did not know that. Look, here he is. This is Crumpet. He does not like it when I sit down with him. He does not like it at all. So he can say hi, and then I'm going to let him go out. So I'm going to open up the door. He snuck in. I thought I'd locked him out. Off you go. There's nothing he likes better than sitting on my desk while I'm working. Yeah, he says hi back, but he is a cutie. I know, right? But he's getting a little bit fatty boomba. We have to put our two cats on a diet. Merlot, we know Merlot is overweight, but Crumpet, I've never thought of him as an overweight cat, but he's quite heavy. My son weighed him a couple of days ago. He's over 7 kilos, 7.1 kilos, which is a lot. But he seems little to me, so I don't know where he's hiding it all. You just got the notice, Marty. Fantastic. Hey, Marie, nice to see you. So we have all kinds of people here today. We have people in other countries. We have people who are demonstrators, people who are in my team. We have customers. We have people who are just along for the ride because they love to do a bit of crafting or love to watch crafting in progress. So all of the above, very much welcome. Hello, Jen. Nice to see you. Hi, Julie. How are you? Oh, I know. I've got a real soft spot for ginger cats as well. He's really special. They're both great. They're the best personalities. I'm very, very lucky to have such cool cats to hang out with. All right. Shall we get started? I have about an hour or so to spend with you today, and this is our monthly craft along. So I'm going to switch over to the desk, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be making and what you'll need if you don't have it already together. No Sheila or Cherie yet. Neither one. But Leslie's here from the UK. Hi, and Diane. He looks like Toffee's a great name for a cat, Gina. I like that. That's cool. All right, let me switch over. Oh, I almost pressed the wrong button and stopped the video. That would have been very bad. But anyway, I did not do that. So thank goodness. Here's our little project today. Now, this month we are doing crisscross cards. And you're thinking, well, that doesn't look like a crisscross card. That's because it's a hidden pocket card. Look at that. Here's our crisscross on the inside. And we even have a little tag that's sitting in there. And this time I've used the Nests of Winter bundle for this. Or actually, sorry, I shouldn't say that. The Nests of Winter Suite, which includes the DSP. But we also have the Winterly Treetops stamps and dies, which are a bundle. Okay, so these are in our current mini catalogue, the September to December mini catalogue that's got all the Christmassy things in it. This can be a Christmas set, but not necessarily. And if you look closely at it, you'll see that it doesn't have Christmas sentiments because it doesn't have to be a Christmas set. I could put any Christmas sentiment with any of these and it would suddenly look Christmassy. Okay, so you can really work out what kind of card you want by changing the sentiments. But I think it works well for Christmas, but it does not have to be. Okay, so that's the stamps. We'll have a better look at the dies in a little while. For those of you who ordered with me last month, you would have received a supply pack to make this card. Okay, all the pieces that you need to make the card are in here. The only thing you're going to need is to add adhesive and of course ink if you're stamping on a greeting on the front. Okay, so that's all you need to worry about. And there's also a little bit of stamping on the tag as well. All right, so and in a second I'm going to go through the pieces with you, and I have a confession to make, so you just hang tight. Ellen's made you late. Ellen made you late. Oh, because did her video did they, we don't normally clash, but maybe it did today. Sorry about that. Hey Sheila. Oh, and Tanya was over there as well. Well, there you go. That's a good excuse because Ellen makes beautiful things. Okay. So what's in your bags this month? Okay. You've got some pieces inside a larger cello bag. Okay. And all the pieces for the outside workings of the card are here. And then I've got a separate little baggie for the pieces for the tag. Okay. I just kept them separate just to make it easier to work out what's what. And you can, but here comes my confession. When you what should be in your little bag, okay, is a tag, a little strip of green and white paper, which is from the Nests of Winter paper. I'll show you that in a second. A little strip of garden green glimmer, which is the perfect match because that's garden green again, okay. And then 4 little pieces, okay. There's like 2 loop pieces, and then like what looks like little tails here, and then a little square, okay, with the rounded corners. Now the little square is pretty important. Yes, Margaret was missing you, Sheila, and Cherie as well, but Cherie's not shown up yet. But she did tell me that she was doing something else, I think, this afternoon. So you never know. She might make it late or something like that. You never know, right? So this is what should be in your little bag. Now, for all of those who are watching this that received one of the supply packs, when I was getting these to the mail on Monday, I was racing to get to the post office on time. The last mail goes at 4 p.m. and I was in there at about 3:45. But I had a lot because there was a lot of orders in September, so I had a lot to get out, and they all had to be stickered up and all the stuff. I had Ben with me, my son, and he was helping me with a sticker. He was putting on the priority stickers. I was putting on the postage stickers, and we were making sure it was all taped up, and everyone should have got their pieces. When I got to the end, in the bottom of the box was one of these. And here's my confession. Somebody is probably missing one of these out of their pack, but I have no idea who, and I certainly wasn't going to go and open them all up again and go back and have a look at that point. So if anyone is missing their little square, my apologies, let me know and I will send it to you. Okay. I also found one of these on the table, but I checked for those, and I'm pretty sure that everyone got their bird. So yeah, I guess when you're dealing with so many pieces, sometimes things like this happen. But yeah, it was a little bit embarrassing because I'm thinking I have no way of knowing who is missing the little square. So I'm just going to have to say something in the video and let me know if it's you. Okay. Yes, these are quite a few of the cards this month because we've got some alternate cards as well. Quite a few of the cards this month would make great gift card holders. Okay. And that's what you could easily do with this. This tag comes from the Greetings of the Season tag dies, and it is the perfect size to put a gift card holder on. Let me just see. I might even have a card handy. Sometimes I keep a gift card in my, oh no, I don't have any today, but sometimes, oh yes, I do. I know what we can use. We can use my spotlight card. How about that? All right. And you can see, look, it's almost the right size, and you could easily put, a card on the back or something like that, or, just not decorate it and put the card on the front. But, I kind of think if you wouldn't want to put it that way, I guess you could, but it is almost exactly the right size for a gift card. Okay. So that's what that's all about. So yes, gift cards are handy things at this time of the year to give to people. It's a lot easier sometimes than mucking around trying to work out what somebody wants. Let them go get their own present, right? How long did it take me to cut all the packs? Too long, Leslie. There was 36 of them this time. So that's a lot. And so I'm excited that I had that many orders that I needed to send out that many packs, but I can tell you that this month has been much quieter and less than half the number of last month. So, you just don't know. So how do you get a pack? Okay. How do you get a supply pack? Any month that you placed an order with me of $60 or more, you will get all the pieces cut up to make the following month's projects. Okay, so all the people that got these supply packs this month ordered with me $60 or more in September. Okay, so people who've ordered $60 or more with me in October will get the CraftAlong packs to make the November project. And I always work a month ahead like that. It just makes sense to me. Plus, you know, then I've got time to work out what I want to do. And if I do have a month that, I mean, the piece, there's not a ton of, there's a fair bit of pieces, but it's not as crazy as some of the ones I've done. I save the really crazy ones for when I don't have as many orders and I don't have to make as many packs. If that makes sense. So yeah, how long did it take me to cut all the packs? I actually did it over several days because I was also in the middle of a retreat for my team last weekend, and we did that last Saturday, which meant that I didn't have a lot of time last week to be doing this as well. And so I did all the base pieces. I did all these and these I did one day, and then the next day I did these and these, so I basically built on it so that by Monday I had done most of it because it had to be in the mail on Monday. Okay, so Monday is the deadline. And I have spoken to, I probably need to start thinking about getting them out earlier, which is crazy for me because I'm not very good at working ahead. But yeah, I need to probably think about that because I know some places, especially those people who are further away, the postage takes longer in their area. So I need to factor that in. I do mail them priority so they take as little time as possible. Hey, Helen, nice to see you. Thank you. I know. I love this sweet too, Rosemary. It's fabulous, isn't it? Hey, Helen, am I seeing you in a couple of weeks at Technique class? Maybe. That might be nice. All right. Okay, let's see what we have here. So you've got these pieces. You should have 2 of them. All right. And just to make life a little bit easier, I'm actually going to ask you to fold and score them first. So you'll see there's a score line. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Score line from here to here. Okay. And you're going to fold that over. Now, let me just show you how I got to this point. I think that's probably a good idea. I'm going to fold this one over here and here. And I'm going to grab a piece of basic white thick cardstock, which is what I use for this. All right, so just a piece of basic white thick, and I'm going to show you how I got these pieces. So for those of you who don't have supply packs, if you wanted to cut these up yourself, this is how you do it. You grab your A4. This is A4, so it's 29.7 by 21 centimeters across. I haven't yet, the measurements for the metric will be in the PDF that comes out with these projects. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it so the long side is at the top of my trimmer, and I'm going to cut this from one side to the other at the 10.5 centimeter mark. Okay, so 10.5 centimeters cut, and do it again. 10.5 centimeters cut. All right, so the other piece that's left over, we'll save that for another project. That's all. This is all we need right now. Okay, so 10.5 centimeters this way and 21 centimeters that way. Okay, the reason why those exact measurements is because our cardstock here, the A4 cardstock, is 21 centimeters wide, which means that 10.5 is half of 21 centimeters, which means when I fold this in half, I'll have an exactly square card. All right, you're going to get one full card out of a piece of A4 cardstock. So I'm going to put this back in my trimmer, and I'm going to get rid of my cutting blade, make sure it's well and truly out of the way, and I'm going to use my scoring blade, and I'm going to score it at the 10.5 mark, and now I have a square card base. When I fold that in half, that's going to be a square card base. Okay, and then you're going to do the same with the other piece. So that one's also at 10.5. Is anyone crafting along today? WA stands for wait a while. I know, I've heard that. Tanya Tips telling me that, Nicole. There you go. She's even agreeing with us, agreeing with you. All right. So this is going to fold over this way. Okay. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put the top of my score line. So here's the top. Can you see my score line? I'm going to put the top of that score line on the cutting track here. And I'm going to put the corner of the paper, so the diagonal corner from that piece, I'm going to put that in the cutting track. And I am going to cut that whole piece off. Whoops, I made a mess there, but that's okay. I'm going to cut that whole piece off. And I'm going to do the same with the other one as well. Okay, so I put this piece here in the cutting track, the diagonal corner in the cutting track, and I cut that whole piece off. Okay, so then, you know, you can use these for something else if you want to. But now we have 2 pieces, which are the 2 pieces that we had in the pack. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how we got to there. Okay, is anyone crafting, or is everyone just watching and you're going to craft later? I think I've got you down, Helen. I can't remember. I'll have to go have a look and see in my diary. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to get these 2 pieces, right? So they are facing the same way, okay? And this is how they're going to go. This one is going to end up underneath that flap. I'm sure somebody must have made up this card before. I did actually design it, but then I thought to myself, I really can't claim this as my own, because I'm sure there must be one of these out there somewhere, but I'm calling it a hidden pocket card, okay? So that's what I'm calling it. When I was putting it together, it just made sense to me. And then this piece goes over, and there's your pocket. How easy is that, right? Does that make sense? All right, so before you glue this into place, I'm actually going to do the front first, because I just think it's easier. I'm going to hold it in position like that, and I'm going to work on the front, okay? Now, for the front, I have a piece of 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter garden green cardstock, and it's going to go straight on this front bit. Let me just move that to one side for a second. And you'll also have in your packs some 4.5 by 4.5 centimeter squares. All right, now you'll see this one is this is actually the back of the same paper, front and back of the same paper. And I'll let me bring out the paper very quickly. Here it is. This paper, seriously, I have used it so much. I absolutely love it. All these birds, every single set of birds, the single and the doubles, all cut out with the dies from the Winterly Treetops dies. I think they're so, so cute. This is the paper that we're using for the front of this card. You can see it's got all these cute little birdies on one side, and on the back is the stripes. Okay, I actually have been using the stripes a lot, and I'm not even a garden green kind of person, right? But I think it's super, super cool. Oh, that's a good idea, Nicole. So you're a bit allergic to the xylene pen, is that right? Wow. Yeah, you got to be careful. My husband is allergic to cats, and we have 2 of cats. So he has to take his antihistamines every day, but it's worth it to have great cats, right? So when I cut this paper, I made sure that everyone got a bird on one of their pieces. All right. So there's a bird there, there's a bird there, and then there's these little guys. Now there's this one. Use the back. Use the stripy side, because that one is half a bird. So I'm going to use the stripy side of that one. And then this one isn't really a full bird either, although it's not much different to that one, but it's a little. This one's better. So pick the best birds and have 2 birds showing, and then 2 stripy ones. Okay, and that's what I tried to do when I was putting those in. Other papers in here. These are, if you're looking for a really good paper pack, I think these are fantastic. We've got lots of little birdies. These birdies don't fit dies, but you can cut them out if you want to. And these ones look very similar to the ones that are on here anyway. In fact, are they the same? I think they are the same. Maybe you can cut those ones out. I haven't even looked. Look at that. And then this is like birds in a forest. See all the little birdies in the, like birch trees or something like that. And on the back, we've got little birdies in a field of kind of like dandelions, kind of. And then these little guys, which make a nice card all by themselves. If you're after a quick and easy card, you can actually chop this paper down in the center here and actually make a card just out of the panel. So you get 6 cards if you use the full panel and just add a sentiment to it. Quick and easy. There's little, I don't know if you can see them, little birdie footprints on the back of that one. And I'm nearly to the bottom of this one. There's some pussy willow here, and on the back of that is the birch, and we have this one in your packs as well. Okay, so hey Salt Baker, nice to see you. Hi Glenda, how are you? I wanted everyone to have, it's attention to detail, and I wanted everyone to have some birds that they could use. All right, so here's how I did it. I had one birdie up in the top left corner, and then I had some stripes, vertical stripes. You can have them going across if you want to, doesn't really matter. And then this one I had the going the other way, I had the horizontal. So if you've got them horizontal here, go vertical here. It really doesn't matter. You can have them going all the same way if you want to. I thought it looked kind of interesting having them in different bits. All right. The other thing to think about is when we put this sending thanks in the middle here, this piece of glimmer paper, and that's a 2-inch punch, 2-inch circle punch. And then we've got the third, I think it's the third smallest die from the Stylish Shapes dies. Yes, Sheila, I'm using the Stylish Shapes dies because I can't help myself. Have to use them all the time. When I put this down, just bear in mind that this is going to go in the middle. So if you have a birdie that's right in this corner, you might want to switch them around because you don't want to cover up your bird with the glimmer paper. Now this one is going to go about here. So this bird, you can still see him. Okay, I'm actually okay with that. But you know, just sort of when you're planning out where you want them to go, think about the placement and the fact that you're going to maybe cover up certain parts of it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing, and I'm going to use Tombow. Tombow's good because you can kind of push it into place. And I started by putting my pieces down. Let me just go here. And if anyone's creating along with me, can you let me know if I'm going too fast or too slow? Well, probably not too slow because that means everyone can watch. But if I'm going too fast, I'm more concerned. All right, I'm going to take the lid off that again. And I'm going to pop this here. So there's around about 3 millimeters of border here. And what we want is for this like 3 millimeters from the edge of this paper to the edge of the garden green cardstock. And so you can kind of make sure that you've moved it right in there. And then this one, 3 millimeters, 3 millimeters, etc., etc. Okay, so you're putting them all sort of the same distance away from the corner, which means that then they end up with this pretty close to the same distance between the squares as well. And the Tombow means I can slide it around into the right spot. That's good. And then this one, you'll just watch. That's okay, Lani. You don't have to craft and watch at the same time. And I know some people prefer to watch first and then come back and craft later. That's pretty common. First time here. Hi, Cricket. Nice to have you with us. Yay. We love first timers. And the girls that watch these videos are absolutely fabulous. I don't know what I'd do without them, actually. They help make my life happier because you're in it, girls. All right, this piece is going to go onto the front of our card like this. All right, I'm going to do that now, and then we can stick the other bits and pieces on. I'm going to use my Tombow. And the reason I'm doing the front bit first, it helps us sort of put in our mind which is the front of the card, so it's easier for us to put the pocket inside together. All right. Okay, that's how it's looking at the moment. You forgot to say hello. Yeah, that's okay, Lani. Oh, and the timing's okay. Thank you, Marie. That's really good to know. I'm really glad. Did you get your measurements from the blog? So does everyone realize that what I do every month when I do this, I send out the supply packs. But for people who don't have the supply packs, you can go along to my blog. I'm going to put the address up on the screen so you've got it for future reference. Here it is, lhiggins.blogspot.com. Now, in the new year, like in January, that address is going to be changing. I'm actually getting rid of the Higgins for good because that's not my name anymore, right? So I'm getting rid of that name and I'm going to have a new blog. So I'll have more information about that getting closer to the time. But just so you know, what I'm trying to do is if somebody does go to my old blog, it should actually redirect them to the new one. So that's happening in January. Very exciting because I've been wanting that to happen for years. So I'm very excited that it's finally going to happen. All right, so lhiggins.blogspot.com. If you go there, okay, it's going to have it. Like about a week or 5 days or a week before any craft along, I put all the measurements and so forth on my blog so that people who don't have the supply packs can actually prepare. So they've got all their bits and pieces when we go live. So that's why we do that. I'm going to take it down and go back to comments. Does that make sense? Hello, Donna from Washington. How are you? And hello, Dell. You know, Dell was my mum's name. She had 2 L's. It was D-E-L-L. But it's still the same. Sounds the same, right? Yeah, thank you. I'm glad it's happening as well, Lani. Yeah, it's really good. And I'm hoping to be a little bit more, I think once I actually get my blog sorted out, I think I'll be better with keeping it up to date. So at the moment, I just do things that I need to go up, like, you know, the measurements and things for this video, things like that. But I'm not updating my blog as often as I should be. All right. Now on here we have sending thanks and much love, which barely fits. If you want to have any greeting on here, you can. You could have a hello. You could have anything that you think would work well. A small happy birthday. You know, if they're on 2 lines, that would work as well. But the only stamp from this particular set that works is the sending thanks so much love, and it's a tight squeeze. Can you see that it's a tight squeeze? All right, I hope I can get it right. But I find if I'm going to do this on a piece, this is, like I said, the 3rd smallest. Is it the 3rd smallest? Yes, the 3rd smallest from the Stylish Shapes dies. And if you're going to do that, the best bet is to stand up when you do it and get right over the top of it so that you can line it up as best you can. So I'm going to, this is on block C, which is about the right size. I'm going to ink it up with garden green ink. And I'm going to get over it. My voice will probably sound a little bit different, but that's okay. And I'm lining up as best I can. And I hope I did it. If I didn't, whoops. Oh, the S is just off. Look at that. It's very close. I'm actually going to probably come back and do that again. And because you can see that I'm just that ever so much closer. This one is just, that's on better. But there's one reason why photopolymer stamps are fabulous, because photopolymer stamps, should we try the other side? Should I give it another go? What do you think? Should I give it a second? I mean, I don't like the other side as much, but I'm going to give it another go. Wish me luck. Let's see. No. I think the first one was actually better. All right, I'm going to go with this one, and then I'll fix it up for when I post it. But this one was good, right? Got it right that time. It's actually easier. This is actually a good tip for you. It's actually easier to stamp first and then cut it out, okay? Because then you're not, you know, you can line up your die around your stamping, and that's easier than trying to stamp on something small. I'm still going to go ahead with it anyway, and I'm going to that's why paper has 2 sides, and I still messed it up, Marty. That's okay. I'm going to use dimensionals on the back here. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to pop that. It's going to bother me. I'm not going to be able to look at it, that it's off like that. You know that. It's going to drive me crazy. I think I'm a little bit off today. Maybe I'm just a bit crooked. But anyway, that's not good, is it? All right. It's if you pretend that it's on there nicely, and then like I said, I'll come back and fix it up later. I'll just put another one over the top. All right, so this is going to go, you can put it on dimensionals if you want to. I'm just going to whack it straight on with some glue. And you can all just laugh at me. That's fine. It's not the first time in my life that's happened. All right, front is done. All right. Yeah, you would too. I know, right? It is a bit of a tight area to stamp in. I wanted to use the stamp from this set, which is why I went with this one. Otherwise, I probably would have gone with something else like a hello. I'll tell you what is a really good one for this size. The Irresistible Blooms. This hello, that hello there, that's a really good size for this, okay? So there you go. That would probably have been a better choice. All right, so now we have our 2 pieces because we haven't put our pocket together yet. And remember that the front of this one, sorry, this is the front piece. That is going to go there. This one is going to go underneath. Don't glue it down yet though, guys, okay? And then this one is going to fold over to make our pocket. All right, so what you're going to do is glue these pieces for the pocket on before you glue the pocket together, because once you glue the pieces down, you can't get these pieces in. So we do this bit first. All right, this is a 9.5 centimeter by 9.5 centimeter square, and I have diagonally cut them in half for your packs. But if you have a 9.5 centimeter square piece of garden green, you'll be cutting it from one edge to one corner to the other diagonally. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and do that. And then we've got these two pieces. And then we have this piece of the birch paper from the same stamp set. So same bundle, the same suite, I should say. This is the Winterly Treetops. Is it? No, this is called Nests of Winter paper. Okay, that's part of this suite. And I have an 8.5 centimeter by 8.5 centimeter square that I have cut in half diagonally. So this is 9.5 by 9.5. This is 8.5 by 8.5. That gives us a centimeter in between the two, which means that you get a nice little border when you put one on top of the other. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and you're going to stick these down. So I'm going to turn it over. If you like the other side, you can use the other side. But the only problem with this is that the direction matters a little bit more. You have to be a bit careful with some of these crisscross designs in that you want to pick papers that as much as possible, the direction doesn't really matter. And with the birch here, it kind of matters, but it doesn't because, you know, wood can go up across vertical or horizontal. So we get away with it. But you know what I mean when I say you don't want to use, for example, Christmas trees because you'd have some Christmas trees going up and down and have some Christmas trees going sideways, which is not the way you want them to go. So just pick a pattern that it doesn't matter. All right. So now we have these two pieces. Hey, Leslie. We've got two Leslies here today. Oh, hey there, Susan. Nice to see you. Oh, that's okay. That's what replays are for. And Sue Beasley's here. We've got lots and lots of people here today. No, don't ever worry about being late. Never apologize for that. All right, so these pieces are going to go. This one is going to go on here. And it doesn't matter which one you pick. They're both the same, but they're going to end up the same way. This one, this piece is going to go under here, because it's going to be the top piece of my pocket. This piece is going to go here and be this piece of the pocket, okay? So we need to put these on first. So this one, I'm going to glue it right there while I've got that worked out. Now that I know you're crafting along, Marie, I've got you in my mind, and you tell me if anything's not right or if you need me to slow down or anything like that, okay? So I do like knowing when people are crafting along. It helps me keep myself in check. Right, now this piece is going to go this way and this one's going to go over the top. So I'm going to pop that. So I'm calling it a hidden pocket card because the pocket is not noticeable until you open the card up. On the outside, it just looks like a regular card. So I guess you would call this a fun fold or a fancy fold card, wouldn't you? It is, really. All right, so this is going to go here and this is going to go here. So to put this on, I put, and for this step, I recommend, I mean, you might not have any, but I recommend that you use tape for this because it gives you a nice straight edge and it's easy to apply. The hardest thing about tape, in my opinion, is getting the backing off sometimes. Sometimes that's tricky, but we want this to be glued together at the bottom so that when we put our tag in, it can't fall through. All right, so that piece is going to end up glued here. All right, but what I suggest you also do is you also put this piece here, so you also do the vertical of that triangle. And we're just going to go right down. You can use Tombow or other glue if you want to, but the reason that this works so well is that you're able to, you know, put it right where you want it. All right, so I'm going to take that off. And we just want these two sections. We don't want any glue here because then we will be closing our pocket and then we won't be able to put anything in it. So we just want these two edges. Am I making sense? Yeah, I don't like tape for that reason as well, Sue. And also the fact that I end up with little bits of this all over the place. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to line this up with this corner and I'm going to put it right there and butt it up against that edge. And then I want this piece here to go right across so it's lined up with the corner. So I'm lining it up with this edge and this edge. All right, so now we have half a pocket. Can you see that? All right, so I can put something inside there. I mean, I'm not going to yet, but you can see we can put something inside there. All right, and then this piece needs to come over to make the rest of the pocket. But for this one, you only need a piece along the bottom. Okay, so let's grab that. And what I discovered was you want to stop a little bit short there because you don't actually want it to protrude out beyond the corner. So stop a little bit short. I'm going to put that right along there, and I'm folding it down. So now we have the hidden pocket inside. How about that? Oh my goodness, Nicole, you're all Halloween ready, aren't you? I've actually got a sorry, no Halloween treats here sign on my door because I was so busy with this. I knew I wasn't going to have time to do any Halloweeny treaty things today. And we don't actually get many people around here anyway. So there you go. No problem at all, Anne. I'm showing the original card so you can get it into your head. Here's the original card. Okay, that's the front. And when you open it up, we have the pocket inside, the hidden pocket. And then we have the little tag inside the pocket. That's what we're doing. Okay, so we're to the side now that we've made the inside pocket, and then we've got the outside already done. Okay, so what you want to do now, everyone should have a little birdie. If anyone doesn't have a birdie, please let me know. Okay, and you're going to use, I'm using glimmer paper, and it is in your bags, and I've already managed to, oh, mine's on the floor. Hang on a second. I thought I dropped it. Now, this is garden green. Let me show you this glimmer paper. I think this is a must-have out of the mini catalogue if you're making Christmas cards. We've got cherry cobbler, which actually isn't very cherry cobbler. It's somewhere in between cherry cobbler and real red. So it actually does go with both. So you get away with it, all right? It's a little darker than real red, but you get away with it. And then you've got the granny apple green, okay, and the garden green. And there's 2 sheets of each in the pack, and it's absolutely fantastic. I love it. It looks fabulous. It's one of my favorite things that we have this year. So it was, and it's sort of hiding in the catalogue. If you're thinking, well, I didn't see that in the catalogue. It's not you. It's the catalogue because it really was a bit hard to find. So for anyone who missed it, here it is. It's here. Can you see that? It's here on page 53. And that is it. That's where they show it to you. It is also shown on a couple of cards. And it's behind these circles as well, but I think it's really a bit hidden. So if you aren't sure, if you haven't seen it before, that's okay. Quite a few people have told me that they missed it. All right, so the glimmer circle on the outside was with the garden green. I did the inside one with the lighter green, but you could have them both the same color if you wanted to. Totally up to you. And I'm going to put this birdie, so he's on that little green circle, and I'm going to use dimensionals for that. Not many adhesives stick to glimmer paper, but glue dots do and dimensionals do. They're the 2 most reliable to have. I'm just going to push out that piece in the middle. And I'm going to take the backs off my dimensionals, and we're just going to have that right there on the glimmer paper. So I find most of the time, most things, you can either use dimensionals or glue dots, and that will help you with your glimmer paper every time. Okay. Your demo makes Halloween treat holders for the kids in her neighborhood using her Stampin' Up products. It's a great idea if I had the time for that. Have I brought up the stock? No, I haven't. Should I check? Oh, have I? I see. Have I bought up the stock? No, I haven't. I do have quite a few packs though. Not as many as 19, but you know what I'm referring to, Leslie. But I do have. I think I've got like 2 packs unopened at the moment that I'm planning on getting into. I know the birds are super cute. I love birds. Cookie would agree. Oh, he's sleeping right now. He's having a nap. That's why he's quiet. You're probably wondering why he's not making a noise, but he's quiet because he's having a nap. Right, I'm going to put one dimensional here and one dimensional here. I'm putting them on here so that I don't put them on here and then have one protruding over here somewhere. So I'm actually going to, might use a third one, because if you put them on the if you put them on this and you got one over here, you could actually end up gluing a card shut accidentally. Very easy to do. All right, let's get the backs of these, and then let's put this right here in the center. And there's our little birdie, and we have a pocket with a birdie on the front. Okay, super cute. Oh, you're referring to it for fun. That's okay. I just don't want to embarrass you because I keep feeling like I keep bringing it up, and then you know, it's kind of become an in joke, right? But we don't mean any harm. Cookie needs a nap because you craft at night and wake him up with the lights. Sometimes, Nicole, I tend not to craft too much at night because I try and keep the evenings free for my hubby, because we might watch. We've been watching a few Netflix shows lately that we're really both into. There's been a few things that we really like. So there's been a few good things on lately. A couple of things I would recommend. So you can take it. Oh, good, Leslie. That's good. All right, so I'm going to have this piece and I'm going to put it down towards the bottom. So I'm just going to set this up first. Let me show you where I did it on this one. Right, you can see I've got this piece here, and then I've got, it's probably about 1 centimeter up from the bottom, and then I've got my piece of glimmer paper on top of that. So these pieces are 6.5 centimeters wide, which is ever so slightly wider than the tag, and we can just trim off any excess. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow behind it. How are you going, Marie? Keeping up okay? If I keep asking you that and you've got to type things, you probably won't keep up. So you probably just want to keep crafting, right? That's why you're nice and quiet. All right, so that's going to go right there in front of that. And I'm just going to get my scissors. Can you see it's a tiny, tiny bit over? And I'm just going to trim off that excess. So 6.5 centimeters is 2.5 inches, I think. Let me double check that. So yeah, that's correct. So 6.5 is slightly more than 2.5. These are 2.5 inches wide. So 6.5 is, that's why I've got that tiny little bit of overhang. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this one because it's so little. I'll show you how I like. Let me just see. Where is my silicone mat? Let me just grab one. I've got a few silicone mats hanging around. This one I've got some blends on, and so it's permanently marked forever, but that's okay. You could put any glue you like on these, but I personally think the best way to do these is use a silicone mat underneath and then use your seal straight over the top, because the seal doesn't stick on the silicone mat. Therefore, it just sits behind the glimmer paper, and that's actually a really good way of adding glue to a very small strip of any kind of paper, not just glimmer paper, but any kind. All right, I'm just going to use my scissors again. I'll take off that little tiny extra strip. All right, that's looking good. I'll just show you that closer up. It's nice, isn't it? And then I'm going to use the other sentiment that's in this set. And the other sentiment is thinking of you always. This one, there's actually 3, but this one fits nicely on this tag. So the sending thanks and much love is good on like a rounder or a squarer tag. This is good on a strip going across. So I'm going to go thinking of you. And then I'm going to show you what to do with these for anyone who hasn't seen it before. I have shown this before, but if you haven't seen it, it's very, very cool. Right, so I'm going to pop that right here. Thinking of you always, just like so. Now, when I did this, I didn't want to add too much bulk to this card by using a ribbon through the hole. If you don't have a hole in the piece that was sent out, that's good, because we're not going to use it anyway. Okay, so just bear that in mind. You don't need a hole here, But what we do need is to use these pieces. So there are 4, the little square, the 2, I'm going to call these loops. They don't look like loops, but they are loops. And then the tails. And this is our bow to make this very, very cute bow. Now, these are from the Peaceful Season dies, which are one of my favorite dies this year. I've been using them over and over again. Just love them. Let me see if I've got them handy. If I have them handy here, I will show them to you. Here we go. They actually fell on the floor, so that's why they weren't where I thought they were. Oh, I just told a lie. These are the Peaceful Season dies, and we are using these in some of the cards today. But guess what? That's not where the bows are. All part of the same suite, but not all part of the same dies. So these are the Peaceful Evergreens, which is the other die set that's in this bundle. And here, loop, loop, tails, square, they're the pieces that have cut these 4 out. Okay, so these are found with the Peaceful Evergreens, not the Peaceful Season. Sorry, guys. I'm confusing myself, confusing everybody else as well. That's okay. No, don't ever worry about that, Dimity. It's completely fine. All right. Yeah, it is a really good tip with the seal and the silicone mat. That works really well if you've got little like little thin strips of paper. Use that technique. It's great. All right, so here's my tail, and I've got these 2 loops, and I need some glue dots for this. This is what you're going to do. All right, Marie, have you done this before? Probably. She's probably thinking, oh my gosh, stop talking to me. I'm busy. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to see how it's got like a little rounded end. Can you see the little rounded end when it focuses? Little round end. You're going to put that round end onto a glue dot. All right, and then take it off. So now I've got a little round glue dot on the round end there. Okay, and I'm going to bring the other end over, like fold it in. I don't want to fold it in the middle. I would like it to be a loop. And I'm going to put that together. So now I have this shape. I hope you can see that okay. Then we're going to do the same thing with the other loop. Oh my gosh, which I think I almost lost there for a second. I'm going to put the next circle onto the next glue dot. See that there? And I'm going to fold, but without folding, with just bring over the other piece so that we have, now we have 2 loops. All right, does that make sense what I've got there? 2 loops. You have an old punch version of the bow. Well, there you go. That's the same sort of thing, right? I remember that one. I'd forgotten all about it. Now we have dies that do it. All right, so this is how big that is. Now I'm going to get one of the loops and I'm going to put it on a glue dot again. So I just pop that on the glue dot and I'm going to put it on top of my tail at the top there. So it looks like this. Can you see that? How are we doing? I know, it's super cute. I didn't recognize what this was when it first came out. And then I worked out what it was and I'm so excited about it. Okay, let's put the last loop on. So put that onto a glue dot. I think using glue dots for this is way easier than any other type of glue as well. All right, and then we're going to pop those in the middle there. Like that. All right, it's starting to look like a bow. But you know what it's missing? It's missing the square bit in the middle there. And what I want to do is put that on a glue dot. Oh, I just got a glue dot on my arm. That's okay. Put that little square, where are we, on a glue dot, which is the right side, that side there. Push it on, take it off with the glue dot comes to, and pop that. I'll show you what it looks like first without it. And then with the little square in the middle, makes all the difference. Isn't that cute? So cute. I love this. All right, such a great little die, and it's the sort of thing I have used so many different times on cards, on tags, on all sorts of things. Super, super cute. And it's going to go right here at the top of my piece. Now, if you use a glue dot to put it in, okay, and you have a hole, you're going to cover that up, but if you have a glue dot, it's still going to be sticky at the back. So then you use a bit of an embossing buddy on the back of it, and it will get rid of any sticky, okay? So because you don't want it to stick every time you put it in and out. I'll just, let me see. I think for mine, because I don't want to use a glue dot because of that reason, and because I don't know where my embossing buddy is, I will find it. There's a big craft room cleanup happening very, very soon. And come on, Tombo, how'd you come? What are you doing? It's the Tombo's decided to give up. It's not playing nice. And that's the same one I've been using the whole time. So I don't know why, but anyway. Let's try a different one. Well, this one's too. Now this one's coming out so fast it's gone everywhere. Seriously. Thankfully, I have some paper towel close by. One doesn't want to come out. The other one's coming out too fast. It's the story of my life, you guys. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around here. And I'm going to stick that on and let it dry. And you can see how nice this is. Isn't that the cutest? Now, the nice thing about a paper bow like this is you can put it in an envelope. And yes, it will flatten down a little bit, but it also means you're not adding any bulk like you would be with a ribbon. So that's a win, right? Is this the one that I just did? Nope, it's not the one I just did. Right, now I used, to finish this off, you can use any embellishments you like to finish this off, okay? But the ones that I particularly like are these. These are called the Earth Tones Shimmer Gems. I love shimmer gems. We've got purple shimmer gems, which wouldn't go with this card, but I love them too. All the shimmer gems are the best. If you type in the word shimmer in the online store, all the different gems and shimmer paper and things like that will come up, and that's all my favorite things. So we've got very vanilla, garden green, basic beige, and pecan pie. They're the colors in there. And I'm going to use, you can use any of the above because we've got pecan pie here in the flower, in the birdies and the pine cones. And basic beige goes with everything. And the vanilla looks all right, but I'm actually probably thinking because I've got white on this card, I'd probably save the vanilla for something else. But probably my favorite are the garden green ones. So I'm just thinking, where will I put one? I might put one right here. And I'm actually going to use my take your pick tool. And I'm going to have a little one up the top here. And another little one a little further over, maybe over here. And that's it. That's our card, guys. We did it. How did everyone go? Oh, thank you, Miss Susan. Thanks for being here, honey. So nice to see you. All right. So this is what we're making today. And I hope everyone went okay with it. How did we go? Do you like the card? So I will be fixing up my sending thanks because I can't bear that that's not 100% straight on there. That's really bugging me. So you know that I don't love it when I have anything that's crooked. It drives me crazy. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. I know the bow die is fantastic, Leslie. It's really, really good. So I'm calling this a hidden pocket card. All right, that's what we've got there because the pocket is hidden. Who would like to see the rest of the cards in our alternate projects today? Because I do have some fabulous projects to show you. This CrissCross is one I've wanted to do for a little while, so it's been a lot of fun. Now, I've got one that's very similar to what we just did. So basically, this is the same as the card we just did, but I'm doing it in some new colors and new bits and pieces. This is the new Marbled Elegance paper that's coming out on the 5th of November, and I thought that you would love to see how you can turn that into the same type of card. I've got a little gold heart here. I've got some of the heart dies. Look at the detail in the hearts. Isn't that beautiful? So this is another one that is very, very similar. It'll be the same measurements as what you just saw but I just thought you'd like to see it in new colors. I know the paper is divine, just gorgeous, that new paper. All right, then we move into something completely different, and I've got a CrissCross card that has lots, like a lattice CrissCross card, and this one opens up like this, and you can see I put the circle on the inside so people would know where to write, because what was worrying me about this card is if I wrote on the inside and I have my writing coming out down the sides here where it can be seen from the front, it would kind of spoil the look of the card. So I did this and put a circle here, so if you keep your writing on the circle, it's going to be hidden behind the front, and that way you don't spoil the look of your card when you write on it. So this is actually a really easy card. This one uses the new Happy Hibiscus bundle that's coming on the 5th of November. So I've got a couple of things for you that are upcoming, and if you want to make them exactly the same as mine, you will need those items. Happy Hibiscus is also going to be the card that I use in my Zoom class at the end of November. So anyone who purchases the Happy Hibiscus card bundle from me with the dies and the stamps and the embossing folder, you'll actually get to take part in the Zoom class for free next month. Okay, so that'll be at the end of November, date to be announced, but I have that happening. And of course, if you're not there live, you can watch the replay. But this is a super fun card. This is actually, this card is the longest video of all the ones we have this month, but most of them are actually super easy. You like the CrissCross card, Marty? That's great. Yeah, I'm thinking that that will work really, really well. So that was the next one, okay? Then this one, which is another CrissCross pocket, but this one is not a hidden pocket, obviously. This is just, and you could use this for a gift card holder as well. So easy, you could put your card on the back or you put it in the front. And I've done this one with the Season of Elegance paper. I did a basic beige base, and I've used the Season of Elegance paper. Don't forget all the measurements for both the metric and the imperial size cards will be in the CraftAlong tutorials. Okay, that's super nice. And then the last one is a different kind of CrissCross. I'm going to show you two versions of it. I know. Look, Marilyn's saying, and Susan, did you see what Marilyn said? She's going to have to buy the heart dies so she can make puppy dog cards. So there you go, guys. That was a fantastic video that Susan did recently on how to turn the hearts into puppy dogs, and I think that's definitely worth a watch. All right, so this is the last. I saw this card originally done by a lady on Taffy Crafts, I think it is. I'll double check. All the details will be in the PDF. But she did more of a square card and called it an arrow fold card. I think it's more of a crisscross card because, as you can see, the pieces actually crisscross here. Okay, once again, I put a piece inside so that people know where to write if they're worried about that. And this is the first version that I made. I used the oh, what's the paper called? I've forgotten. It's the online exclusive paper that's part of the that goes with the Golden Greenery set. Okay, and I've actually used some of the Golden Greenery papers here. But is it Golden Greenery or is it something else? The papers really made the arrow fold variation stand out. They do. I know, right? It's super, super cute. When is the PDF available, Tanya? Okay, so, okay, give me 1 second. I'll just finish showing this card and then I will tell you all about that. Okay, this is the second version I did of the same card, but I used one of the Peaceful Season dies for this one and stamped that a little bit differently, and I used the clear berries. This one I've used the red berries. What do you think? Which one do you like best? I don't know. I kind of like the circle. It's simple and I think it's really but they're both good. They both turned out nice. But this is actually not a difficult card to make at all. And I think when you watch the tutorial, you're really going to love how easy it goes together. I did mine differently to the girl online because I wanted my card to be standard card size rather than a square card that might have trouble fitting into an envelope. So I did mine a little bit differently. You like the circle? Marty says she can't choose. Katrina likes the reds, the berries and the circle. Season of Green and Gold. Thank you, Marty. I knew somebody would know. That's what the paper's called, Season of Green and Gold. And you can see here I've used different parts of the same paper in two different situations. So the circle has a little more pizzazz than the rounded square. I think you're right. Like I said, I think I prefer the circle. I think the simplicity of the circle against the card really works. But I didn't mind this either. So Yeah, they're just a little bit different, aren't they? So, okay, so the question was asked, how do you get the PDF, or when is the PDF available? I've actually recorded all the videos. They're all done. And I've just got to finish writing out all the measurements. So I'm hoping I might have it out tonight, but definitely by tomorrow. Okay, so it will be up on my blog. I'm going to put the address up on the screen again. You'll go to the blog to find it. Okay, it's lhiggins.blogspot.com. However, if you're a member of my team, you actually receive the tutorial as just for being a team member. So you don't actually have to do anything to get it. So please, if you're a member of the team, don't purchase the tutorials, okay? If you ordered with me last month and you got one of the supply packs that I sent out that I showed you today, you also don't need to purchase the tutorial because it'll automatically show up in your inbox as well. However, if you're not part of the team and you didn't get the supply packs because you didn't place an order with me last month, then in that case, you can purchase all of these tutorials as a bundle for $15. Okay, and what's in it? You get all the measurements in both imperial and metric. You get a link to each video of each for each tutorial. So each one of the cards that I have shown you today, I'm going to put just one of each out so you can see them all. Each one of these cards will have a video that goes with it, right? And of course, we have a video that goes with this one because we just did that. But these are the cards this month. What do you think? Do we like them? I'll take the blog address down. So the blog address will have a link to pay for the tutorials. What I have had experience in the last few months, some of my, not all, but some of my overseas customers have not been able to purchase through the PayPal link. And I don't know why. I don't know, some difference that has something that's occurred with PayPal, I think, but it's not working. So if you are in that, if you try and pay and you can't, please send me an email or a message. If you scroll down below the description underneath this video on YouTube, all my details are in there. So you can actually go in, you can see that there's an email address, all the other information that you will need. And the shop address is there as well. So you can go shopping if you'd like to. There is one last thing I wanted to tell you before I head off today. And that is, let me come back and I'm going to look at you all again. Let's click back over. All right. Today is the last day of our joining special. And if you're looking for a way to absolutely maximize your value with Stampin' Up and you're tired of paying retail price, then you might be better off joining. Okay, so join as a demonstrator. You're going to get a discount on all your products. But the best part, I think, is that you get to be part of the Stampin' Up community. And we have a fantastic group of crafters who support each other, and it's just so much fun to be actually working with other crafty people. So, oh, thank you so much, Julie. I'm really glad you like the cards. Leslie said she loves the cards. That's awesome, you guys. Yeah, I really liked making these this month. Anyway, if you have any questions about that joining special, please do reach out, or there's a link to join underneath this video in the description on YouTube. Okay, so you can actually copy that. Either, I don't know if the link is actually a hyperlink or you need to just copy it into your address on your browser, and it will step you through exactly how to go about it. Right now, if you spend $169, that will get you $286 worth of products of your choice, and you can pick some of the online exclusives that aren't available until the 5th of November if you want. So it's like a way of getting extra stuff early as well. So I hope everyone's had a really fun day today. This has been a great little video. I enjoy working with you guys so much. I will be back again, of course, tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is Friday Night Live, and we'll have lots of fun things for you. It is sketch night, so we'll be playing with new sketches tomorrow, and I hope that you'll be able to join us again at 7:30. That's Sydney time for anyone who's wondering. So 7:30 Sydney time tomorrow night, and of course Sunday night as well. All right, you guys, I hope you've had a great day. Thank you for crafting along with me, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.